Yo, what's up? We're back with the upset special conference championship plus week edition. Yeah, it's too hard to do an upset show with just the conference championship pick. So we had a Hulu live plus this or whatever. We here with a lot of picks and Drewster, like Dave with me today, and we'll just get straight into it. But first, sorry, gotta recap picks last week. We didn't have a video, and we had our best week.
Yeah, of course.
Kind of sus. Dave, Mississippi State over Ole Miss, Nebraska over Iowa. You're a sicko. You got it done.
2-0.
Leica, Miss Leica with Mississippi State over Ole Miss, NC State over UNC. Big time. And Drewster, South Carolina over Clemson. Take a victory lap and then come back and explain Louisville over Kentucky and then picking Kentucky in our game picks. What is
I
this?
picked Louisville thinking Malik would play. I learned Malik wouldn't play, and then I switched my
Howard.
picking to. Bro, I'm trying to contend for a picks title. Sorry, you're in last place, the only
Howard.
person below 500.
It's okay. I like being in last place.
No, you don't.
I love it. I love it. Josh did picks last week. He had Vanderbilt over Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to let that one sit in there. But he had Akron over Northern Illinois.
Fair.
Does it even it out?
No.
Or Vanderbilt over Tennessee is in Nebraska Oklahoma range. 100%. That is a monstrosity. Let's get into this week's picks. We'll start with you, Andrew. So your first pick, and please, if you're watching, make sure to like and subscribe. Would help us go a long way. And comment your favorite upset or two or three below.
Yeah, conference championship week, so we only got
Plus,
about 10
plus,
games.
plus.
Plus. We only got 10 games to pick from in the FBS. Well, 11 if you want to count the Buffalo game, but I'm not going to count that. So instead of going to those 10 first, I'm going to go down to the FCS, and we're going to go to Bozeman, Montana, where the Montana State Bobcats play the Weber State Wildcats. These two teams played in the regular season, 43-38 final score, Montana State wins. But if we roll back to that game, let's watch back the tape. Weber State had an FCS record tying 4 safeties committed. How did they get 4 safeties, do you ask? Was Dan Orlovsky the starting quarterback? No. Sorry, I had to get that shot in there. Dan's a great guy.
Friend
great
of the portal, by the way. So
Friend of the portal.
Rude.
Sorry, Dan. 4 safeties off of bad snaps on punts. If Weber State does not have a bad snap on a punt, they do not give up those 8 points. Now, you're probably also wondering, well, what did Montana State do on those ensuing possessions from, the safety punt? They got 4 touchdowns off the 4 safeties. That's 36 points off of safeties, folks. Weber State can score. If they can limit the production from Montana State's running game a little bit, I'm asking, can Tommy Mellott not get 230 yards like he did last time against Weber State? Limit that type of production. I love Weber State here.
I like the pick. You know what I think about Weber State? We did the FCS playoff preview show with you.
Yeah, I think Weber State's a team that can go far. They could be like that Cinderella team that finds themselves in the Final Four.
Mm-hmm. Maxwell Anderson, NFL DB.
Yeah, a lot of great players for both the Cats.
Both the Cats.
Yeah, they're both Cats, Wildcats, Bobcats.
Dave and Like are too loud about that pick, Andrew.
Yeah, I really don't know anything about the FCS. I wish I did. So that's why my pick, I'm going to stick in the FBS. This pick
Gross.
makes no sense. The team I'm picking is the worst team. The team I'm picking has no business being in the game that they're in. I'm taking the spoiler makers to upset Michigan in Indy and just absolute chaos unfold. I mean, how incredible would that be if O'Connell went in there and beat Michigan? It'd be incredible. They have no business being in this game whatsoever. They have no business playing this game, but they're going to make it happen. An unranked Purdue team is the most dangerous Purdue team.
And it's going to be great when Boo Corrigan finds out it's Purdue playing and not Penn State.
Penn State.
Yeah.
Do I need to go grab the tomatoes?
No. I don't hate the pick, Dave, but it's also because the fact that I'm just tired of everyone hating on anyone that's not Michigan or Georgia.
Yeah.
Michigan deserves hate too. They were in dogfights with Indiana, Illinois, Charlotte, Rutgers. I don't know what the worst division in football went out and shocked the world and on the big stage. I don't know, it could happen. I don't think it will, but like I'm with it. I don't think Michigan's as good as people think they are, but they're all too busy hating on TCU and slandering them week in and week out, which is fun and cool for no reason. So let's go spoiler makers. I don't know what the heck it's gonna do, but go them.
They'll probably get blown out. But
yes, I'll make my first
probably. I like it though. It's a nice, confident pick.
Thank you.
It's not bad.
You have balls to take the spoiler makers.
Football.
Let's go, Leica. What you got?
Well, I'm kind of iffy on this week, but there's not many really good ones to choose. Well, there's not really ones I'm really.
You got to look far to find some good picks. I'll tell you that.
It is very tough to find a good pick this week, but I guess I will go to the AAC title game and take UCF over Tulane. I think even though UCF struggled this past week against South Florida, a 1-10 team going into that game, and won in an extremely controversial fashion, it was not a catch, even though it was a great effort. There was no way that was a catch.
Nope.
With that being said, if
facts, Dave, Mr. Holler, friend of NoContextCFB was a catch.
I was gonna say no, it wasn't. But anyway,
it was a catch.
No, but anyway, I think UCF, John Rice Plumlee and company and Bowser are gonna run all over Tulane. I don't think Tulane really hasn't been tested by this type of offense yet this year. I think that's where the road upset will be because, in the AAC title games, they have to go to Tulane to play. And I think UCF will get the job done as much as I kind of don't really want that to happen. But just in terms of the line itself, I like the UCF +4.
Anything from anybody?
I don't disagree. I mean, it's just such a weird game to me.
Is it?
It's
just wait like 3 seconds till my pick, Dave.
I don't think. I mean, it's not a weird pick. I mean, like the AAC title game. I don't think this game really moves the needle because it's not like you get an undefeated team. They're both good teams, but are either of them?
Yeah, it's not like there's like an undefeated Cincinnati playing. It's not like one of those. Yeah,
exactly. Like, it'll be a good game. Really, it's a fine game, but like it wouldn't shock me if UCF came out and won because UCF is probably the better team, but they also get they lost to Navy. Like they'll shut down all of a sudden, not be able to move the ball at times, and then their defense can't do anything like last week against USF. I don't know. It's just an interesting game because I think Tulane's good, but Tulane's not like a world beater. Like whoever goes to the Cotton Bowl, I think is gonna lose, but who knows? You never know. But I like the UCF.
I think the type of game it has to be for UCF, I think, has got to make it high scoring. If Tulane can keep it in like a low 20s, high like teens type of game, then they could favor Tulane.
Yeah.
But defensively, Tulane has been really good, especially the run defense has been really good. But I just really like the John Rice Plumlee with his legs and Bowser moving the chains, short gains, just clock management type of game. But UCF's bugaboo has been turning the ball over in the red zone. They did it a lot against Cincinnati.
They fumbled.
They're playing against a team that takes the ball away really well. So
last week too, they fumbled 3-4 times.
Yeah, last week too bad.
They fumble the ball all the time. Yeah, Tulane can't run with them, but if it's defensive, I think that does favor Tulane.
I think Tulane can run. Tulane really kind of kept up with them when they lost to them. I know it's 38-31. Maybe the score wasn't as close as it should have looked or whatever, but I just think it's going to be extremely difficult for UCF to beat Tulane out there 2 times in a season. I think that's real difficult. Bring the vibes up. Bring the energy up.
Whoa!
We will continue to burn the heat to overthrow Kansai for the past year. Defeat Kansai with a hot team. What's that mean to you? What's that quote mean to you? I found it on the website.
I didn't know that you were speaking English, honestly. I thought you were like, I didn't know what was going on.
Kansai. That sounds more like it. Let me tell you about my team who won last week or whenever they played. I truly don't know because I don't speak the language and I can't read it. But they won 27-7, and now they're playing a team from that Kansai region, which I don't think is the team that they're referring to, but they still want to overthrow them and bring the heat, you know? So I'm with it. This team that they're playing, Kwansei Gakuin Fighters. They had a bye to the semifinals.
Are we going
Stop, Andrew. They had a bye to the semifinals, and my beloved Seinine Gakuin Green Dolphins had to win against the Kanazawa Evergreen 27-7 to get here. They're playing for a spot in the Mitsubishi Electric Koshien Bowl. So you're playing in the Japanese College Football National Championship if you could win this game. Look, I know that this isn't that Kansai team that maybe they were looking to overthrow, but maybe, I don't know, I'm an outsider here. I'm from America. I'm diving into the Japanese college football world. Maybe they just wanted to overthrow the whole Kansai region. Look, yeah, my guys, the Green Dolphins, they might be the lesser team here. They're playing the defending national champs, if I'm not mistaken. That's tough. Let's be honest, guys. That ain't easy. You're playing the defending national champs. But this game is only 7 minutes away from your home place. Nice. Love that. The other team's got to travel across Japan. Good luck, fighters. How about this tweet from the Green Dolphins Twitter account? It's in Japanese, but there are words that say Green Dolphins special movie in English. But let me translate the rest. 2021 Green Dolphins special movie featuring all 39 members. They have 39 players on their team, I guess. I don't know. Although we are in a difficult situation, we are working hard every day to achieve our goal of overthrowing Kansai this year. Football emoji. I thought that was really cool. It is a video packed with cool players and yeah, that's whatever. The Green Dolphins are going all out to beat Kansai in this game, and I don't think that they're getting the respect they deserve from the Japanese media. I went to the greendolphins.info website, and I had trouble finding any stats because they weren't in English, but I did find player names, and I don't know who is who, but this guy, Takahashi Ryona, could be the real deal in this game. He's number 16. It looks like he plays quarterback and tight end. Got his arms folded in his picture. So look out for Takahashi Ryona. And the Green Dolphins logo is really cool.
It is very cool. It's a dolphin holding a football.
It's dude, but he looks sick.
Liam, you surprised me a lot. But this, you might have gone too far this time, man.
A lot of things I've ever seen.
That was the best
guys,
in the history of this show.
If I didn't hit all the talking points, then I'm sorry. But let's look out for Miuru Tasuki, who plays offensive line and defensive line, number 70. Number 1 your program, number 70 in your program, number 1 your heart.
Can you even find rosters for these teams? Like, how did you?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, this man was out here. He's like, "Let me check my notes here."
I went to the greendolphins.info page. Look,
Japan American football,
and it was like nothing is in English. There's like several words in English, but you can't find any stats or anything, which is and some players just have no image, which is weird. But my guy Morioka Sensuke has an image, and he's number 25 defensive back. Could have an interception in this game. And of course, everyone knows about the dominant no-fly zone that the Green Dolphins have with Morioka Sensuke And on the other island, you have Aryosha Yuma.
This is an elite level analysis.
Thanks. I
I
don't.
know this.
I don't
Did
understand
they
the
actually
lack
call it the
of.
no-fly zone, or did you come up with that?
I came up with that.
That's
They're
good. I
the
like
dolphin,
that.
the green dolphins, man. It's
green
got to be a
dolphins.
no-fly zone.
The Japan. This is absolutely incredible that you found this. That's
Thanks,
the pick of the
man.
year.
Thank
I'm
you.
saying it. Pick of the year.
I think this logo is incredible.
I really wanted to win. Now that you've made this pick, I actually wanted to win badly.
How do we check the score? Like when is?
We'll figure it out. I know you guys are all big Kwansei Gagukin Fighters fans. So I hate to go against your team. This is a team that has 28 national championships and 54 conference titles.
Oh my god!
Their fight song is "Fight On, Kwansei." I'm really going against the juggernauts here, I guess. And my little green dolphins apparently have nothing. So I might have just picked let's go with who's a good comp for this? UNLV over Georgia, I think.
Huh?
That's the comp.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the comp
They're
here.
playing the best team in the history of Japanese college football.
From my gathering, I was able to figure out that there's like two powerhouses. It's looking like, and they're in the East and the West, and on the East from the Kanto region, which you probably know from Pokemon, Wazade Big Bears look to be a giant.
They're big
and
bears.
Then Kwansei Gakuin Fighters, who I'm picking against from the West, they look to be the other just tough opponent. It's looking like a real good playoff, though. The Yamaguchi Gamblers actually got outed in the first round.
Gamblers, the sick name.
Yeah.
College team.
The Tohoku Hornets kind of went on a nasty run, though. They had to beat the Hokkaido Big Green and then the Chukyo Eagles, and now they're playing the Wazada Big Bears in the semis.
All right.
So yeah, that's I feel like there was a lot of disrespect there, but like
no, I love the pick, Liam. I got you, man.
Thank you.
The only way you could go crazier is if you picked against Mount Union.
Unless you're picking like Mary Hardin.
Was that like a transition? What was that?
Mary Hardin Baylor's
incredible. Oh, because I am picking next, aren't I?
Yes, like what's that?
I kind of want Liam to talk more about Japanese football.
The transition.
I gave you all I learned in from 10:30 a.m. to 10:45 a.m.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
National
Championships on December 18th, by the way. Sorry.
I don't know how to follow that. So apparently that's UNLV versus Georgia, and I'm going to take a 1-point underdog. So Ohio is just better than Toledo. Toledo's been not great over the last few weeks. DeQuan Finn, after coming back from injury, hasn't been himself. Ohio doesn't have Curtis Rourke. I don't think that's too much of a problem. This defense is insane. Ohio should be able to score enough points. Toledo, I don't know how they're going to be able to move that ball on Ohio's defense. I love that defense. And it's the MAC. So the underdog is going to win, right? That's how this thing works.
Usually. But it's a 1-point underdog, so it's a bit weird this year.
Yeah. Which I will say, if we want to talk about Vegas for a second, Vegas, the line is moving heavy in favor of Ohio. Toledo opens as 4.5-point favorites. They're now 1.5 to 1, depending on where you're looking. I think that's great for Ohio. I have Ohio money line as a plus money ticket. So go me.
Go you.
Go you.
You know, Wise Man did say the MAC is where no context college football makes his name.
That is true, but it might be Japanese football from now on.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Japanese football where no context college football makes his name.
Dude, I'm going to give my Green Dolphins a follow on Twitter.
How many followers do they have?
Guess.
600.
Ooh, no way. You're
20,000?
Gosh. No. Gosh, Dave.
4.
No. 1,217 after I just.
So 600 wasn't that far off.
Dude, you were really underestimating my guys. Oh gosh, let me go see what the other team is So
Also, if you're on Twitter, check your DMs for a second. I want to ask you a question.
hold on. I have to look up how many followers my opponents have. You guys
Probably a
go.
lot more.
Oh no, the opponents have 16,000 and they're followed by Jim Weber and Reddit CFB. Oh, they might be a power.
I mean, hey, they're an upset for a reason.
Translate bio.
Okay. Dave, do you want to give your second pick?
Sure. Well, you don't have a. You did your second already, right?
Yeah, I have Ohio.
My brain is all out of whack now that we went to Japanese football. I don't know where I am anymore. All
Yeah,
right.
I don't know what country we're in.
No way,
I'm going.
Andrewster. Stop.
I'm going D3.
Yes.
No. Andrewster trying to bribe me.
I, I want him to take Valpo over NMSU.
No, what was Val? I didn't even know Valpo had a team.
Yeah, they're in the Pioneer Football League.
Who else
Non-scholarship.
in the Pioneer Football League?
David, it is the worst when it comes to geography because there are no rules. There's San Diego and there's like Marist and Davidson and St.
St.
Thomas
Thomas.
Tommies in Minnesota. And like you're just all over the map. Valpo, who's the Beacons now, which is terrible.
It's like if the Independents played in a conference.
Yeah, which is just brutal because the travel is ridiculous.
Oh, it's freaking insane.
Yeah. You named all those places. That's like thousands and thousands of miles of travel if you got to go on the road.
Yeah, and it's like non-scholarship. Dayton's in it, Butler, Drake, Stetson, Morehead State Presbyterian.
Is there a line for this game?
Davidson and Presbyterian.
I'm going D3, fellas.
You're going D3?
I'm going D3. Can I get
Oh,
odds?
let's go. You think you're slick.
Nope, no odds yet. I'm taking a dog here, a big underdog. The number 10 team in the country against number 1 team in the country. My home state, the Ithaca Bombers, are knocking off North Central.
Yeah.
I'm taking it.
That's the applause that you should get.
That's what Ithaca's been really good this year. They're undefeated 10-0, but so is North Central. And I looked at North Central and their victories. They won last week by like 20, and every win before their first playoff game, they won by 60 points. But Ithaca also undefeated. Ithaca's scrappier. Ithaca has nothing
smarter.
To lose. They're smarter. North Central, they're we're gonna roll with Ithaca. They're looking it's a look ahead game. They're playing Mary Hardin Baylor. That'd be the winner would play them in the quarterfinals because Mary Hardin Baylor isn't losing. Ithaca, big game for them. They take this, go Bombers.
Dude, I love this pick. From like I was talking to Andrew before he got on here. I told him I think Dave's about to do something. I think Dave's going to pick Ithaca today, and he did. Yeah. Like that happened.
Like
it's
the LeBron meme.
Okay, well, sure.
I had a feeling he was going to take Ithaca today.
No, that's disrespect to your guy Liam. Come on, man.
Sorry, Liam.
Looking at ticket prices too on Ithaca, looks like $10 for adults, $5 for seniors.
Oh, let's
go.
Students
and children. That was last
Illinois?
week against Springfield. So wow, they were giving out good tickets. Yes, this is in Naperville, Illinois, I believe, hometown of South Dakota State quarterback Mark Gronowski.
Why? I might have to take a trip out there.
Really?
No.
Maybe you could get on the Ithaca bus.
No, I'm actually my allegiances lie with Cortland, so I'm really going against my Cortland guys here, taking Ithaca. Big rivalry.
Interesting.
The Jug.
Do you think Leica could follow up a Ithaca pick and a Sanine Gakuin Green Dolphins pick?
Let's see.
I'm not sure if I have that in me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish I could make unique picks like my esteemed colleagues. But this is going. My second pick is kind of weird because I'm picking a team that lost last week. And
he's doing it.
It's kind of weird, but when I picked NC State over Carolina, it was because NC State had their team back. They had Finley back quarterback, the team from like early portion of the season that started off so good. And NC State had owned Carolina as of recent years, and they always found a way to win that game on Black Friday every year the last couple of years. Something tells me Carolina's going to wake up and play good against Clemson, and they have the makeup of a team that can beat them. A quarterback that throws it well. Drake Mason played great most outside of the game last week. Played very well, and I think UNC will not be the first Carolina to beat Clemson this year. And I think the Tar Heels are going to get revenge for the botched call on the onside kick from a few years back. So I'm going with revenge for the Tar Heels here.
Yeah, I thought you were going to take LSU, honestly.
Oh, that would be
no, I'm not taking. No.
I thought you were going to.
I like the UNC pick. I think in our picks, I took them just because I'm very down on Clemson. I think DJU is horrible. I don't like Dabo. Just a down year for Clemson, and I just don't think that they'll probably fall apart. They got nothing to fight for.
It was kind of like, I'm not saying it's going to be like the ACC championship game last year, but like it was kind of like a team that had played decently enough throughout the year to get to the ACC title game versus a team they probably, I don't know. It just seems
it's another weird game. It's just like the AAC game where nobody has national championship aspirations. They're just kind of playing for a championship title, a conference title, and I could see UNC pulling it off. The only thing that worries me is the defense, but hopefully the offense can. Because if Spencer Rattler can,
it's not like UNC still had one play to defeat NC State. They just didn't win.
Yeah.
They couldn't get it done, even though despite their struggles, they still probably should have won anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But NC State had owned the matchup in the last several years. I just think that UNC will respond well, and it would be great. It would be great for Mac Brown and company to get this win over a team they had. Clemson didn't lose an AC game, but obviously gave 2 to Notre Dame and South Carolina. So I just think that's the type of team that could mess with Clemson a little.
Yeah, their goal is probably New Year's Six Bowl. So,
so this is Orange Bowl on the line now.
I gotta be honest, I'm not locked in on that because I found out Sinan Gakuin doesn't have a mascot, and the other team does have a mascot. They have a mascot. Quincy Gakuin has a mascot named Saroran. I don't know. He looks sick though, so that scares me. But yes, go on. Also, what's this Gakuin?
I think it's your second pick now, Liam.
Oh, you guys want that? Hold on. Let me just look up what Gakuin means.
How can you top the first pick with your second pick, sir? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I know you guys like soccer, so I did just want to mention world famous Yusuke Maeda. He actually played at Sinan Gakuin back in the day. He's now 38 years old. I don't know if he played soccer for any teams you guys know, but I was looking up famous alumni, saw him, and I thought, hey, Dave's a big soccer guy, the Patriot. He might know my guy, Yusuke Maeda.
I have no idea who that is.
That's fine, man. Whatever. Looks like Gakuin means something that has to do with a religious school. Interesting. He played for the Honda Lock and the Vivaren Nagasaki. So prestigious.
I'm not
in the car company
with the J League, unfortunately.
44 career goals, by the way. So let's not disrespect the king.
Oh, Sinan Gakuin is Baptist Christian University.
Hey, Honda Lock, like Japan Football League, Honda Lock.
Sure. My next pick is actually going to be Reese Dinsky and the Richmond Spiders to take down Sacramento State. I don't know what that in sync hand gesturing was from the
spider
crew.
thing.
That just going on. They're all doing that.
How are you the one picking the game, and we're all the ones that know that?
You don't know
No,
that
I'm
do
just
that?
saying. No, I'm just saying. Like, I'm shocked that, oh, y'all, the second I said Richmond Spiders went to do that in the nanosecond. I thought that was pretty crazy. This pick might root a little from the NCAA tournament when my beloved Richmond Spiders, led by Jacob Gilliard and Grant Golden and Tyler Burton, shocked the world and took down the Murrays and Iowa. Look, Richmond's just got that dog in them. The wolf spiders, these guys are. They truly are. They could go out and slay any giant they want. Sac State's had a very successful season. Good for you. So has Richmond. Let's not forget Richmond. They played at Virginia real well to open the year. 34-17 final score and a loss. Whatever. This team has a win over renowned, world-famous football school Villanova. That's a massive win. You go out there and you end your year with wins against New Hampshire and Delaware, two playoff teams. I like that. I know they lose to William and Mary after. Another playoff team. What can you do? My guys, my Spiders have played a gauntlet, much like the gauntlet Sacramento State is facing the Big Sky this season. But guess what? Sac State didn't play last week, and my Spiders did. They crushed Davidson. Steph Curry went down 41-0. Shouldn't have been there.
St. Thomas
Shouldn't
Tommies.
have been there.
Go Tommy.
But yeah, I don't know. I just like the momentum that Richmond has going into this. I think Reese Udinsky is an absolute stud. You're looking at a guy who's completed 75% of his passes this season, like 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He makes all the right throws. He's just so smart, stellar. Look at him as a potential FBS transfer going into 2023. I like Richmond to do it. This is going to be some good take for Udinsky too. Spiders.
Whoa.
Spiders.
Bitsy bitsy spider.
Went up and made the upset.
Mm.
Would it be up, Richmond? Isn't Richmond north of Sacramento?
California?
Dude,
What?
you're Virginia and California. I don't know how to do that.
No, but Richmond's over here.
Sacramento got to be north, bro.
Dude, I only
don't know, man.
I only know my Japanese college football geography.
Sacramento's definitely
and
north.
The Kwansei
We
Gakuin
sure?
Fighters are on the right, and Seinen Gakuin Green Dolphins are on the left, and they're going from right to left. He's sleeping on the Green Dolphins.
It's barely north of it. It is north of it.
I'm really interested to see if it's north of Sacramento or not.
It is. I mean, no. Richmond is.
Oh,
No. Sacramento is north of Richmond.
Not from what I'm seeing.
Did I forget about the curve of the Earth? It's a really interesting episode.
I'm like, let me just use my finger to trace this, I guess.
Wow.
No, Sacramento's like barely north of it.
Yeah, Richmond's on like a similar path with like San Francisco when it comes to north-south.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like in between them. How did we? Dang, that's
geography.
That's your geography lesson, kids. If you're not in school, which if you're not, why aren't you?
Dude, I mean, I just picked against an absolute power. The college I picked against, So Taguchi went there.
Who?
So
Taguchi.
St. Louis Cardinals.
Yes. MLB legend.
You know
Cardinals, Phillies, Cubs.
Wait, what's his first name? Isn't it like Devin?
That's O.
Oh, So Taguchi is a whole name. Oh, I thought it was a last name.
Oh no.
Man, this is tough. I picked against the power. Dude, Shinzo Yamada, linebacker of the Memphis Maniacs in the XFL 2001. He went to the school I picked against. I might have gone up against more than Georgia.
They're probably going to lose by 50 if I had to guess.
Green
Dolphins.
Yeah, the Green Dolphins, we undersold this as UNLV Georgia. This is like the best. This is like Nick Saban's best Alabama team that he could have possibly assembled with current NFL players and the best coaches possible. And then you're looking at like little old UMBC.
You know what? UMBC.
What about
they got that dog in them.
Who would think the college football equivalent of this be?
Cornell.
Oh, dude. I have no chance if it's in the Ivy League or. Oh, the worst Stanford team possible.
The Stanford team.
The Rocky Lombardi Stanford team? No, not Rocky Lombardi. I'm thinking the other guy.
Oh gosh.
Man.
The worst acting team.
Nah, that was a horrible team.
Hey man, let's recap our picks. Best of luck to you guys. And Drewster, recap your 2 picks. Also, throw out any honorable mentions if you want. And Drewster can't talk, even though he's talked like 7 different times since he said he can't talk. He has who's he have? I legit he has Ohio.
Weber State and Ohio.
He has Weber State and he has Ohio. Good pick, Sam Drewster.
So shout out Southern.
Shout out Southern.
I'm on the Spoiler Makers and the Ithaca Bombers.
Love it.
I'm on the UCF Folden Knights and the Carolina. I can't think of something funny to say for Tar Heels. We're just gonna say Carolina. So I'm taking 2 sworn enemies of ECU.
The poorly coached Tar Heels.
Yes, very poorly coached. I have the Richmond Spiders.
Spiders.
And then look for a spot to play in the Mitsubishi Electric Koshien Bowl. Looks like it's the 77th edition on December 18th, which is probably December 17th for us in America. Say it with me, guys. Who am I taking?
The Green Dolphin.
You took the easy way out, Dave. Who am I taking?
I don't even remember what it is.
Sinan Gakuin Green Dolphins.
Sinan Gakuin Green
Dolphins.
Green Dolphins.
And we're going to upset
Georgia.
Yeah, it's the Alabama equivalent of Japanese.
Yeah, but in Japanese, it's pronounced Kwansei Gakuin Fighters.
They're both Gakuin?
Yeah, I looked it up. I was
the
so
Gakuin
confused.
region.
It looks like it's no. It's not the region. I looked it up. Gakuin appears to be like some kind of like Christian or religious school out.
Yeah, it's
Japan.
Baptist Christian.
Yes, Baptist Christian. Looks like the Green Dolphins were also teaching Hebrew stuff too. I don't know. Region though, bad on you, Andrew, sir. What was the first thing that I said when I gave this pick out? Do you want to repeat it or do I?
You do it because I haven't listened to you this entire show.
Oh yeah, okay, sick. We will continue. Oh shoot! Okay, there it is. We will continue to burn the heat to overthrow Kansai for the past year. Defeat Kansai with a hot team. Green Dolphins have a hot team. Kansai, maybe that's a college because it is. But how I'm looking at it from an outsider's perspective is the Kansai region that Kwansei Gakuin fighters hail from, that they won. So defeat Kansai that way, and you're defeating 2 Kanseis in one shot. Let's go Green Dolphins. And Drewster's a hater. He's always been a Yamaguchi Gamblers fan. You're out of the playoffs. You're on the couch. Coward. No honorable mentions. Like, I'll throw it out there. LSU, I don't care.
I said Southern.
You did say Southern.
That's nothing else.
Can I take Coastal over Troy? Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
I think Mary Hardin Baylor wins their game by 50.
I don't know how they're gonna get it done, but they're gonna get it done. I don't know.
Also, Dave's being a coward. He said USA over Netherlands, but he's scared to say it.
Oh, I thought I said it. Yeah, we're gonna be.
USA plus 330 to win outright.
Sacrificed his for us. So I think that West McKinney is nuts. Sacrifice is nuts.
And we saw that those were being, like Cam Smith says. Like Cam Smith says, Andrew Brewster.
Oh yeah, yes.
Like you're nothing. That's it.
Yeah, things are kind of crazy here right now. Sorry.
You don't want to say it?
I have people over.
That's okay. Like the early part of the episode, I had like maintenance just walked in my apartment.
Yeah, my dad was trying to talk to me like while we were doing this show.
I don't
We all,
want
we
to.
all have.
I don't want to end the recording because of how uncomfortable Drewster is.
I mean,
It's good stuff.
Drewster is in a bad spot right now.
All right, make sure to like and subscribe. Please comment below your favorite upsets. You ain't gonna do better than the Green Dolphins or Ithaca, though. I'm sorry. Best of luck to our upset pickers. Be back another time. I don't know when. We'll see.
Whole
you
season.
Upset special, man. We gotta have it.
Look,
5 upsets for all of us in the bowl season.
We'll make Dylan do the whole graphic.
Oh, Dylan's gonna have a tough time getting these logos.